Panda Anthem.
Ian, what's up?
Red Panda Anthem.
Red Panda, what's good?
Red Panda Anthem.
All right, Market Mondays, this is a break special. Yeah, your screen is not fooling you.
Yeah.
We had to switch it up. You don't know who we know.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Let's just keep doing things that people wouldn't expect.
So this is just a surprise segment that we wanted to just throw in here. We had the good brother Steve Harvey's studio.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
We just did his morning show. So, we figured since we have him, maybe we could just, talk to him for a couple of minutes and, get some gems.
Yeah, something tells me that the people like hearing from him. Shout out. Since the episode, it's been crazy.
Yeah.
So, it's always a pleasure to be here.
So really, man, it was like when I did the podcast with you all, I was telling you, probably the most impactful interview I've done in my career in terms of reaching people and reaching a sector of people that I probably wouldn't normally get to, that I couldn't probably get to understand, my life, my understanding of the way things are done. So it was really impactful for me, man. So I really appreciated that, man. That's why I don't mind doing stuff with you all, because I reach people that I've never had more people contact me about an interview ever. Mm-hmm. Only thing I did bigger than this was when I did MegaFest for Bishop Jakes, and I did the introduction of Christ at the end of my show, which I had made up a year before that, never done on stage.
We're in good company.
That was that was a big one. That was a big one for me.
Most people say amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
No, I appreciate that, brother. So let me ask you this: since this is our investment show, so we have you was on Earn Your Legion, now this is Market Mondays. It's all about investing. We were just talking to Beatty. Shout out to Beatty.
Yeah.
And he was telling us, obviously, he helped you out a lot with your portfolio. What are some things you look for when somebody presents an investment? Like, are there like criteria where you're like, this is a good thing that I want to invest my money?
Well, I'm sort of have a little different approach to it than most people, kind of non-traditional. First of all, if I have to like you, because I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to be in business with people I don't like. I ain't got to. I gotta like you, man. You gotta be a good person, a decent person. You can have the best idea in the world, man. If you're not a good person, I don't got no time for that. I don't want to deal with your personality and your shortcomings, and you sell dope on the side too. What?
In addition to.
Yeah, it's a great idea, but you do what, dog? Well, I got some kids, man. I ain't seen them in a while. I stay away from that. But, I try to find stuff, man, that's innovative. Because like when we talked before, the best way to make money is to be the first, the best, or the only. And so I look for that. If I can find you to be the best, the first, or the only, that intrigues me. But I also find out, man, if you're feeling a need, because need creates a lot of inventions. You know what I mean? Based out of need. So I look for those two things, man. And then I turn it over to my team, because I'm not really that smart when it comes to that. But I have guys like you mentioned, Tabidi Stevens and, Brandon Williams and Christelle Cease. I have a team of people, man, that I put on projects who are experts at researching, finding out market value, getting the story behind you, and then running these background checks. And once my team vets it and then bring it back to me with their recommendations, I usually listen to the recommendation, but sometimes I go with my heart, which ain't never been wrong, when I trust it. So sometimes I just go, okay, well, we think you ought to put 250,000 in, and I say, no, I think we ought to put 5 in. And then they take a deep breath and they go, okay, that's crazy. And then, that's how it starts.
So speaking of your team, obviously you built up a trust for them. Mm-hmm. We spoke about on the episode about some of the times you put your trust in other people and it didn't work out. So how did you get to that level of trust with the team that is now making the investment recommendation?
Well, man, I got smarter. I used to trust people too quick. If I liked you and you had a good vibe. But I've learned now I have a lot more patience, man, in selecting my team members. And trust comes from now, I do a little bit of a little, you got to prove it to me. Like if I give you the investment, I got to see how you handle the first steps of it. Now, one of the keys for me is if I get the people who I turn you over to, if I turn you to the guy that's seeking the investment or the woman that's seeking the investment, and I keep getting bad reports about they handling me wrong, they talking to me crazy, they don't return calls, they don't return emails, then, man, we have a problem there because you're not getting what this is about with me. But building a team of people that you trust, first, I give them small incremental details and duties to do to see how well they do that. The success is in details. And I'm not a very detailed person. That's why I hire detailed people, because I do big, broad strokes. I get the vision and the dreams, and I give it to them, this is what we're going to do. Well, to carry it out, I need detailed people. And so once I give you the small details, if you don't take care of the details, this is not going to work, because I don't do details. But I'm an expert at noticing details. See, I don't miss nothing. Anybody that works for me will tell you, I don't miss nothing. I might not comment on it, but I see it, and I make a mental note of it. But I start by giving them small duties to gain my trust, and then I know who I'm dealing with.
If you can go back to when you were 25 or 30 years old, and if you can take all the information that you have now with you, what are the 3 investment tips you would want to share with the audience that you wish that you knew back then?
Invest now. Invest often, and invest freely. Now, often, and freely. Scared man can't win. You in Vegas betting $1. If you're at the roulette table, it's 35 to 1. So you bet $1 and it hit, you get 35. Now, if it missed, you only lose $1. Well, that's how people look at investments. But how it work, man, it worked just like it worked in Vegas. The more you put out there, the more you get back. So I would invest more freely, more often. I really would, man. And because I didn't as a young man. I was so concerned with accumulating. Mm-hmm. But see, once you accumulate and you have it in here and you close your fist, that's all you got. You double, quadruple it when you open it. Mm. Now, when you open it, you run the risk of it being taken and it falling out, but that's the risk, that's life. You don't get to be successful without risk. You just don't, I'm sorry. You don't get to be successful without chances. So investing, man, is a smart way to do it. Investing grows your money quicker than anything. You can't work that many jobs, to keep earning money. You gotta have some money sitting somewhere that's working for you. Your job is to work to make the money. And then you got to get your money to work for you. And and if I was younger, man, if I had it, I would invest it more. I would have gotten a team together quicker at 25 because I did everything myself. But I had to, I was in a position where I couldn't afford. But then a lot of people let that stop them too. They go from one extreme to the next. Look, man, if you don't have the money, then do it yourself. But don't let not having the money stop you from doing it yourself or anything else. A lot of people wait till they get all the money and then I'm gonna do this here. When that's finna happen? When you finna get all the money? Who got all the money? Who what? And you can't wait till it's right.
Yeah, it's never right.
You got to go now. You got to go now, man. It's never going to be right. That's why so many people are not successful. They keep waiting on everything to line up. That's not how this works, man. You got to take chances, man. You got to take risk.
This that Red Panda Anthem.
Ian, what's up?
This that Red Panda Anthem.
Red Panda, what's
This
good?
that Red Panda Anthem. Whole foot going up. I know they can't stand it.